Aquarius, how you doing, guys? So we are here to do your February reading. So how you doing, Aquarius? Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I really do appreciate it. If you could take it just one step beyond and one step further, if you could give it a like, share, or comment or something like that, but a like would really go a long way. So thanks, guys. Also, if you want to hit the bell, because I'll be doing weekly readings and I'm going to list them also as different parts of the week, so it won't all be to do with the 1st to the 15th. It will have different kind of dates attached to them, so you might want to hit the bell to get notified. But thanks very much, Aquarius. So keep in mind also that these are generalized readings, and it would really depend on what you're watching it for, whether it be to do with any kind of concern at all. If there is major ones, you can reach out and have my services below, which is in the show more section. But this will be a general reading for love, career, work, finances, all that kind of stuff, and try to add any channel messages that I can. Okay, so for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for February. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus and Jupiter. Also check out those signs too, guys, as your Jupiter, your feminine and masculine. Okay, Venus and Mars. I'm hearing something to do with Mars. Marsing. Marzipan. I'm hearing marzipan, which is cakes, decorating cakes, or marzipan, or margarine, or Doreen, or Reenie. But I'm hearing marzipan for some reason. A pan, something to do with a pan. Peter Pan. Also, a group, play group, or something to do with. But I don't know. They keep saying marzipan, marzipan. Let's see. Or Mardy. And it keeps saying Mardy. Mardy? Someone feels Mardy or Moody. I'm not sure what those are coming, like Moody Blues, but something to do with Mardy or Moody. Let's see. Aquarius. Something Rising Venus. So it's a bit like Laurel and Hardy as well. It's a bit like a game of tit for tat. I'm not sure why they're picking that up. Why I'm picking that up. Like Laurel and Hardy. Like another fine mess you've got me into, Stanley. Right? Stanley Pan. Stanley, it's something to do with that. Another fine mess you've got me into, Stanley. See, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. For February 2020. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Aquarius. Sorry, but when I start the channel, I find it difficult to cut off and then concentrate on getting the cards out. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for February 2020. Show me Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Thank you. So here we go. Oh dear, tipping something away. So you're focused very much, but it feels like something is unsatisfactory at the moment. Okay, 4 of Cups, but you'll definitely be studying something. Focused, determined and focused. Whatever it is that you're very determined and focused to open someone up, or finding it very difficult to open someone up. But whatever that is, it just feels like, no, I can't give you my full amount of attention at the moment because I am fixated. I'm fixated. I have an asphyxiation, something to do with affiliated, being affiliated. I picked that up for a Pisces reading, but that got strange, so I had to kind of like cut that message off. But focused. It's requiring a lot of determination, whatever it is. Okay, but I heard fixated. There's an asphyxiation, like an addiction. It's like the devil energy, okay, but Scorpio energy. So it means I am addicted to something, okay, addicted. So someone's addicted to your love, but it's going to take a lot to also, like, admit one's feelings as well. Like, the relationship could be there, but to get them to open up fully to the relationship, to get them constantly, because there's like a constant craving, is what they're saying. Like, I'm craving for something. Okay, so you might feel like a lot of cravings that are coming on to do with drinking or something, but because to get someone's attention, someone might go that way to get the attention. You see, because this cup wants to be. It's been taken. Okay, so it's there, but it wants to be analysed by something, like an analyst. Someone's analysing someone's behaviour. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus for February. Aquarius. Because it takes a lot of determination for 4 to be focused that much. Okay. Okay, so you got 5, you see, it's ruminating, it's a lot to do with money and finances, okay, and also the family factor, but this is a factor, as a matter of fact, that it's happened so many times, okay, that it's being offered to the family, but there's a lot of distance between families and children. You might work for children or something, but this is like giving to the poor as well, like it feels like giving to the poor. Something to do with that, because this is pouring a cup away, and this can be like getting your way out of some kind of financial difficulty. If you're going through a difficult period, it feels like someone's going through this can also be a woman's cycle, like a period maybe, but it feels like someone's going through this change, like a change. I'm changing something. You might be going through like a work change, or trying to get someone's attention away from their money or their mum, something to do with their mum, or trying to get their attention. Aquarius, something rising on Venus, or February. Okay, sorry Aquarius, I'm not going to take all those cards. Some of you could well be going through something very controlling though. I'll have to take that one, because that flew out pretty much, and it was the first one I see. This is control and narcissism as well, okay, a lot of you, but if you're relating a lot to that one, because this can be PTSD and trauma, this can be a ruminating thought that plays havoc on one's mind, okay, because it's very difficult, because it's trying to control something, but it's feeling lost. It's like, I don't know who's being controlled. It's like, but definitely around family though. I'm definitely picking that up, definitely around family and work. If something's lost around work, it's kind of like I don't know my way out of something. I can't find my way out. You got the same kind of readings cards as that Pisces got coming up, because I just see the Wheel of Fortune for February. Aquarius for February. Aquarius for February. Okay, so it gets better. Whatever it is, you get better. Someone could just feel like I'm just stuck at work all the time, or that's what they feel, that someone's stuck at work all the time, and it's very difficult to get someone's attention. But it comes better. You're triggering and mirroring each other as well. Okay, there's offers back towards like 9 though, like some kind of being triggered, being controlled, or feeling like someone's avoiding someone at home, that there are things going on at home that some might not be saying about, but they might be saying it to you as a partner. Someone could also be drinking, but they also, because this is your love here, this is the love, but this is also family and stuff that's going on at work and family as well, but also within your love life. So it could be a Leo energy. Okay, Scorpio, Leo, 4, 5, 6 of Cups, family, and also relationships. So everybody's in this at the moment. Your work factor, your career, your love life, and your family. And they all seem to be at odds. It's like odds and evens, taking a gamble to avoid things in life. But you're also mirroring and triggering stuff through this time as well, through the 6 of Cups, because it's reflecting. So you might be deflecting. There might be someone that's deflecting courage, like having strength and courage, but to find their own feet. This is find something financially, but find oneself as well. Okay, so to find oneself feeling lost can take some strength and courage to come back, which is also here, which is like Leo energy. But that definitely played out differently through a Pisces reading, definitely in the extended reading. But to find oneself feeling lost and separated away from family and away from home, it's difficult. But because someone also feels lost in a connection that's trying to get someone's attention away from either a third person or a third thing, okay, because of that, there are offers back towards that does become good again. It's just a period, I think, that someone's going through of like child support, because this is child support and maintenance as well, like needing some kind of attention from children, okay, or it's the other way around. But there's maintenance that's needed doing around the home, a lot of to do with heating as well, some kind of like heating, warmth, because this is a warm heater. This is something to do with a heater and warmth of heating, okay. But also eating. I think someone also has a habit of eating or something. I'm not sure why I'm picking that one up, guys, but a habit, or also a habitat. King of Cups, there you go. So it all does come good. You love this person. Leo, water sign. Aries, let's see, I did say Piscean, can be Scorpio as well. Pisces with Scorpio or Cancer with Scorpio. Someone will definitely have Scorpio in their chart. Okay, and then another water sign, Cancer and Scorpio. Pisces, sorry. Okay, and then Leo as well. So there's a lot of love for family, but there are some being able to control a situation that's also going on with one's family as well, where their attention is always drawn back to this situation here, but then it's always drawn back to someone's love life at the same time. So it feels like miles apart, but also together. In a relationship, and there's strong amount of attraction of love. You can't get any deeper love than the sun, and also Leo of the King of Cups. So I'm also picking up that someone has like an addiction to a family situation, or in the family situation, but there's an addiction to a family member that someone is like, I'm sorry guys, but sometimes this can come across as like too much, because there's a lot of love for a family member, but it seems too much for someone that they is possibly when they put up a wall, okay, of defending themselves, because they realise that some of that situation in the past could have been very controlling, and that there could have been someone that was trying to control one's emotions, and then after a period of time you start to put up a wall and a barrier against someone, definitely within the family, okay. This can be a love partner, but definitely within family, okay, and that a wall and that a line is drawn, meaning that I've been through this so many times, and that every time you try to talk to me, I don't like it, but the other person is kind of like, yeah, but I want to keep things private. I don't want to tell you everything about me. I've got so much to do, and I'm so busy concentrated on my life and also my Three of Cups of my relationship, that's what I'm focused on, is my physical relationship that I'm in. And some of the family are kind of trying to get this person's attention away from their family dynamic, but it can't, because you've got strong family. You can't get any stronger karma than the sun. So there's a lot going through that situation that is also malefic, because this is the most malefic star that you can get, and everything goes around the sun. So because everything goes around the sun, it feels like the center of attention, which it is, and it's a family matter, and it's also the person as well, okay. So there's a lot to do with the cycle of life, to do with children and families, and also my love life, all at the same time. And I'm being mirrored, and I'm noticing a lot that's happening in my family, but also through my relationship eyes, and also through my work eyes as well, okay. Because it feels like the song, and 1,000 eyes, okay, but everything goes around the sun, so everything comes back that illuminates itself, that someone has a deep amount of love for someone, okay. But I can't get away from that someone tries to avoid that, because they've gone through it so many times. They realise that when they go back home, okay, so if you have a family dynamic, guys, I know this is very personal for some, so please keep an open mind, okay, because I will talk freely, But when someone goes back home or they are living at home, there's a definite controlling situation there, that when I go back home, I realise that things are just chaotic, and then it's very difficult for me to open up with this person because it's happened so many times, because there's too much love. It's like Freddie Mercury said, too much love will kill you every time, okay? But that's definitely in a family situation. So I feel, but I mean, when you're parents of children, I couldn't possibly tell you because I don't have children, but they're or I don't even have grandparents anymore. Sorry, I don't. Nearly all of my family's deceased, not all of them, but a lot of my grandparents and even parents have passed on, and brother. But there's a lot to do with that, is what I'm feeling, that there's a lot of someone that can't find their own feet, okay, without their family life, that somebody can't that loves their children that much that they can't when they say that children fly the coop and that they have to fly their wings and spread their wings and fly away, again what Queen did, spread your wings and fly away, right? But when someone does that, it feels like fly away Peter, fly away Paul, come back Peter, come back Paul. It used to be a nursery rhyme book, okay? But like, I need you to spread your wings and fly away and do things yourself. So I think that some of this is what the children are saying, is that, I need you to find your own calling in life, and I need you to find something of common interest of what you can do that's gonna give you more interest in the family focus, okay? Because there's a lot of focus on family is what I keep picking up, okay? And because of that, I think that maybe if your families are in separation, meaning that you're obviously with your partner, because you've got the Two of Cups, you can't get away from your partner, so you love your partner, and your partner's there, okay, for you, undoubtedly with this, okay, and you won't be able to separate from this karma. But karma's always dharma as well. It's karma and dharma, there's both, okay? But through this, I think that one person here, okay, whoever that is, water sign, fire sign, definite, water on fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Leo for definite, okay? But when one person goes back to their family, they realise and they get triggered off that exactly the same thing is happening through that than what it is also through the other family that they're seeing the eyes through, okay? So there's a lot of witness to karma, of witnessing of what you're going to trigger each other off from, of a big pattern of karma that will happen for a long time, because this is either gone on for a long time or it will do, okay? So there's that, the trigger effect, okay, being triggered. Also, like family are being triggered by the children that are also feeling. I think that there is a lot of control, I can't get away from that. There is a lot of narcissistic behavior. Now, when I say that with light hands, because everybody, and you must have heard loads of different tarot card readings saying that you're working through controlling issues, and everybody in life has control issues, everybody, but there are also some that do suffer from narcissism and control and gaslighting, okay? Being gaslit is very, very confusing, and it depends on how long that has gone on before you can actually gain clarity to realise that it is happening. Because through those triggers, you can actually watch tarot card readings, or you can get lost in that amount of confusion and think that it's actually you as well. Okay, so being gaslit is very is a very difficult energy to go through. But this is definitely gaslighting. Okay, I'm sorry guys, but it is gaslighting, because it's cold, it's hot, and this is narcissism and control and gaslighting, and it's blood pressure. Okay, and there is a lot of that there, because I'm picking up light and gaslight. Okay. And that's why I pick up a heater. That's why I picked up a heater, and it's something to do with a heater, or the heating, or bills, or money, or worry. This person might also worry a lot through their energy about money and finances, and how are we going to support the children, and how are we going to support. I mean, if people are going through that, I do have to read the cards, Aquarius, okay? But there could be someone that worries a lot, okay? And the worry, and the worry, and the worry, and the worry does not support other people, because people can then start to talk to people for a long time and think, well, every time I talk to you, you're worrying about something, and you're worrying and you're worrying and you're worrying, and it can ruminate around someone's head, and it can take a long time before that, okay, and then when you when that happens, you form a confusing energy. So as it stands is that there is someone that's very determined and focused, okay, but there is a lot going on in your family as well as theirs, and there's a trigger effect that someone gets triggered by control, and then what they do is that they more than likely go back to their children to seek seclusion and support from their kids, but there's and family, but some go back to their parents, and that when they go back to their parents, they realise that there's so much going on with their family that it's too much for someone to think about, and that there's a lot of worry and there's a lot of thinking, and there can be, between worry, there can be a lot of erratic behaviour. And through that erratic and also erratic and erotic at the same time, there's more erratic behaviour here, but more erotic behaviour here. So this is why I'm feeling that some of this is the family situation that are still involved with people's love life. Now, if the families are getting all involved in people's love life, then this is what someone also doesn't like. That there are people that are involved in that, and they like to keep that private, and they don't want to tell people. And because they don't want to tell people, there's a lot of cross-mirrored energy that you might get triggered from, of realizing that you love your partner dearly, but there is a lot of obsession that is to do with parenting or like family stuff. But then when one also travels here to realise that all that's going on, and that's very chaotic, and then I have to go back to my love life here that I'm very strongly attracted to, I get triggered off here as well. That sends me back to here to get triggered off. Do you know what I'm saying, Aquarius? That's where the trigger's coming from. It's coming from your soulmate. This is a soulmate, 100%. Twin flame soulmate, okay? But I'm getting triggered and mirrored here because I love this person so much. But then also when I focus here, where the parents and the children are loving on a child, the child then goes back to their love life. So you're probably going to see this, that your children could well be in relationships. And that's where your trigger's also coming from, is being very concerned about, well, basically, you know, I mean, I would say that to other people as well. Depends on how old children are. But there's a lot of concern about them. It's kind of like, I need that support, but I don't want that support. And then when I don't want it, I go back to my relationship, and then I'm gone back to my relationship, and then I go back to the parents. And that happens. It's like, well, what's happened, and all this kind of stuff. But there is someone that's like, I don't want to say, you know, I don't want to say, just keep out of it. I don't want to know, you know, and then they go back to their relationship here. They come home, they get triggered off. It starts off a cycle of confusion. They get very confused and triggered. They go back to their love life here. That starts to become very deep, warm and loving, okay? But then there's still someone that wants to know about people's relationships that the children are in. And I think the children are going through, because this would be also a younger energy than, obviously, mothers and fathers, okay? And because of that, the energy is growing. It's getting bigger. So the family focus is still ongoing, right? But sorry, because when I come up with these cards, it can be very difficult to engage in the energy because I can hear and feel control, okay? So the way you work through that is try not to think, you know. Someone that attaches onto your light source, it's very important because they'll attach to a dark source as well as a light source, because your light source will attract in moths to a flame, your dark energy will attract in the devil, okay? But you're physically here anyway, so you will always have the devil energy to listen to, so it's working through that periodically to get through that amount of stuff that goes through you as a vessel, as a human being, okay? So when you're down here, you can have these moments where you start to think, all kinds of things, you know, and you're trying to have to work out what that is. You know, welcome to being a light worker, right? Because you'll attract in light and dark all at the same time forever. You know, that's the thing that you're contracted to sign. So some are learning very much about that also, but they're also witnessing it through their partner. Okay, so one can be very spiritual, and the other people can be interested in spirituality, but they're just kind of like the family members for some. Because there's a knowing. Someone wants to know. It feels like I just want to know. I want to know if he really loves me. I want to know if she really cares. Right? So is there a care and affection? Some kind of affection that someone feels very affectionate at times, but they also feel very focused on their work and determined for their career, and that can come in between and separate between relationships. That when one focuses on themselves and they have pure dedication and focus on themselves, other people might find it very difficult to get them away from work, but life has to take over as well as relationships, and as living in a relationship, it can be very difficult, you know, because everything else has to happen. And what I always say to people is never forget yourself. Because people in a matrix will always say, yeah, but you're always about yourself. You're always about yourself, aren't you? You're always about you, you know, and that can be blamed that someone tells you, well, it's always got to be on your terms, and it always has to be when you want to speak or when you're not speaking or when you want to work or when you don't want to work. And that when you do that, some people in life, they don't like that because you are very determined and focused for oneself. So when you take back that energy, that's you attracting in energy, you see. That's the difficulty of, well, of life, but also being spiritually gifted. So it feels like that when you focus at work and when you are very determined to succeed in life, because you are succeeding through 5, it feels like someone worries about their family a lot. Like they're worried about their family, they're worried about their family, they're worried about the family, but it feels like the family are not like speaking to one another because they're concentrated on their life as well. You see, there's a definite cycle of family there, or stuff that's going on at home, of determination and focus and being very determined to find oneself out of anything that's financial. Like if someone is worried about money a lot, you might not know how much they have, you know. But there's a lot of love here. I can't get away from that, you see. There's a lot of determination and love, but there's a lot of strange things that are going on in this relationship, that some are working through narcissism and control, and some are just working through control. You know, control can be seen in many different eyes, especially when you're spiritual and you connect with soulmates, because you would work through control and you would find that you start to change over a period of time. That's you changing from control. But people with true narcissism, they don't seek for doctor. This is a doctor, something to do with the doctors. But they don't normally go for tests to do with narcissism, you know. You can, I think there are them, right? And you can ask someone to go for a narcissistic test, but I very much doubt that they would, right? But because it feels like someone listens, but they don't want to listen. It's like, well, I can hear you, but I'm trying to avoid you at the same time. I can't live with you, and I can't live without you. At times, it's like you can live with one another and you can just about get through that, but a lot of times you can't as well. There's a lot of energy where someone can change. This can be someone that's also like bipolar a little, where their mood changes so frequently that one minute it's like down and like focused and determined on their family, and then all of a sudden they flip the script and they're kind of like blaming and projecting out blame from an energy. And that very, very, very much confuses someone here. Okay, well, that's half an hour. Sorry, Aquarius, I know it was your reading so far, but it's a little bit, we'll do a little bit more. Sorry, because I've been drawing a few more cards for people. Let's continue on this reading, please, for Aquarius. for the rest of February. For the rest of February. You know, me as a reader, I always go into talking through some readings because that's me as doing my job spiritually. Because I get downloads of code that help me of information. I'm not going to take those. I've got to focus. Okay, so continue. Okay. They're saying take them. So there you go. See, there you've got Leo, and you've also got Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. It's normally Sagittarius for me, but it can be very much a Leo. Okay. So you've got a lot of families that are here. The King of Cups and the Queen of Wands. That's kind of your counterpart. Okay, if you're a woman, fire sign. Okay, or that has that in your chart somewhere. Here, that would be the mother as well. But for your counterpart of a king, which would be a water sign, okay, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, okay, but you know, don't have to relate it to a star sign, it can be anybody, but they would more than likely have one of these in their chart. There's a lot of determination and loyalty, there's a lot of love, but there's also a lot of strictness that comes from a mum as well. Here, or a grandparent or a person, but this can be a strictness, okay, that someone has, because I keep picking up like a sickness as well. They're saying strictness, but they're also saying sickness, like from someone, like someone constantly either one feels sick or ill, or there's a strictness about someone, because there can be, I don't know why, but I never really look at this, but I look at this King of Cups now, when I look at the King, that he's slouched over a little bit and he's quite relaxed here. And this Queen, she's very determined and sits back prompt, very much determined, as if to say, I've got my seat and I'm firmly here. And this person's kind of like, well, you know, I'll just take things as it goes. You know, by the looking at their stance of how they're sitting. I don't never really look at those, but I'm picking up on that very much so. And someone is very, 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 very determined and focused on Leo, 100%. Okay, so there's a lot of Leo energy here, but there's a lot of love here, but there's a lot of determination and courage and strength to be able to get through this time as well. So there's a lot to look forward to also through the Queen of Wands, because the Queen will always feel optimistic. Okay, there's a lot of optimism. Transmission. I'm picking up transmission. Tweak your transmission radio. But I mean, you can look at the Skype call video that is below. That is normally what I do, of fine tweaking your transmission of your vibration to find out where your milestones and the trigger is. Okay, but that's emptying your recycle bin so it restarts quicker of your subconscious memory. But that is Skype calls. But I'm picking up like a transmission. I'm picking up transmission or mission, like someone's on a mission, or from a mission. This is a mission of the homeless and the needy, and the mission that is a mission, right? Someone works for like a mission, or they're on a mission. It's a bit like what do you call it? I forget what his name is. Mission Impossible. I don't know. I wasn't thinking that one. I was thinking Chuck Norris in the film that he was in, that was Mission something, Missing in Action or something, Mission. But I'm picking up like a mission where people give to the needy and socks and clothes and stuff like that, and they're doing things for the general public a lot, like to be seen in the public, but also feeling like lost in the public as well. Because it's giving someone support as well, the 9. It's like supporting people that are of need. Supporting. Okay, so we're going to finish there. That's well more than half an hour. So we continue on with the rest of the reading. Okay, further on down here, right up until the end of February. And then we start to clarify some of these cards to find out more of a story of what that can be on the second layer. Okay, So you can find everything that you need in the show more section. You can also reach out for a personal reading with the email, and then also find the link to Patreon, where you can join and you get access to all of your readings. A lot of you already know, if you just find the channel, you get access to all of the readings all of the time. They just go straight to Patreon, and you can join and watch them as many times as you like. I really would appreciate a like, share and comment. Please don't miss that one, because that really does help as much as you can do for the channel. Thanks guys, and I will hopefully see, and you can join everything. There's loads of stuff in the description. Okay, all right guys, thanks very much, and I'll catch you over on Patreon. Thanks.